Disclaimer. This video is made for entertainment purpose only, it doesn't mean to hurt anyone, and don't take it seriously.
I hear you.
All right, and I can hear you.
All right.
What's up, buddy?
Welcome back. Me podcast. You listen. Couple months hiatus. We still
It's
have
too bad
an
we don't.
unreleased episode that I will release. I just haven't gotten time to
I thought
push
it
it out.
Thought it was too controversial, so maybe that's why you didn't
No,
upload it.
screw the controversies.
There it is.
Did Chicago win?
They did actually. No matter which one I would have chosen, which game. So I was in Chicago this past week as we recorded. They won 7-6 on each game. The Cubs played the White Sox, and
Exactly.
I like the White Sox too.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
7-6
on both games. Yeah, it was crazy. That first game was the White Sox, who were supposed to be much worse than the Cubs, even though the Cubs aren't great. The Sox jumped out on top on the Tuesday night game I went to 5-0, and then there was a rain delay, and then the Cubs started chipping back. They scored one, and then they hit two two-run homers in another inning, and then the Sox hit a homer, and we moved down a little bit from our seats. So we had pretty good seats, but we moved down even closer. The rain had stopped, obviously, by then, and we Cubs scored 2 in the bottom of the 8th and closed it out in the 9th to beat the Sox 7-6.
So let's discuss that then.
All right.
What is the point of the Chicago of the Cubs? Are they on their way to like a pennant race or something, or is it just no?
They had a decent start to the year, I would say. They look like they were putting some stuff. They've still had decent starting pitching. It's just their hitting's been bad, and it's just inconsistent. But I don't know if it's just they just don't have that one big superstar. Last year, kind of Cody Bellinger, who came back, but he had his tumultuous times with the Dodgers where he had to really like the MVP like 2019, and then after that he just was pretty bad with, when the Cubs signed him for the 1-year deal, he was pretty awesome, but I wouldn't say the Cubs still just don't have that one big bat. That's the thing that's been bandied about. Like, do they think this team can compete enough if they got that big bat like a Pete Alonso or a Vladimir Guerrero or something, or are the Cubs just going to fade away because they're pretty deep. I haven't looked recently, but last I checked, they were 7. Maybe they're between 7 and 10 games back of the Brewers, and that's just not good. Most of the teams after the Brewers are pretty bad in the Cubs division.
When does Major League Baseball end?
Should be September or early October at the latest. So yeah, it's a long year. Very long year.
So it's kind of too early to guess if the Cubs are even going to do anything since baseball is just September. You sure it's September?
Yes, sir. Yeah, at least September. Sometimes they go into the first couple days of November, but yeah, it's a long 162 games for all our non-baseball fans that could be watching.
Are you upset that the Guardians, used to be the Cleveland Indians, have the C that looks like Chicago Cubs? I'm looking at them.
You mean when they were still the Indians, or
yeah?
Or,
no,
whatnot?
Right now they're the Guardians.
Yeah, I think maybe they do use the C a little bit more.
That looks just like the Cubbys.
The Reds too kind of have a C that looks like actually the Bears, which is pretty funny.
Oh well,
different sport, obviously.
They've always had that.
Yeah. Well,
maybe the Bears stole that.
Oh, the Bears have been around for a while.
Oh, whatever. Yeah, sure. Anyways, so let's look at where the Cubs are behind the Reds. They're tied actually for
pretty bad
National League Central. They're 32 and 30. Shit, dude, there's no way this is almost in September. How many games do they play?
They play 162 games. So they're what?
No wonder there's a bunch of dudes out there with Tommy John injuries or what the hell is it?
Yeah, I know, right?
Their elbows are all blown to shit.
They don't. That's why some some teams banning about using a 6-man rotation to
Oh.
save some of their young arms, because there's like, I mean, we had yeah, I think it was Ben Brown. I want to say we had a guy that was pitching a no hitter, but they had a pitch count on him, so they took him out. And obviously, the first guy in the next inning, or second batter in the next inning, the pitcher came in, gave up a hit, and I'm like, that has to freaking suck.
So-
We did win the game, but
So the
you know, he
Phillies,
didn't
the
win it.
Phillies are leading the National League.
That
The
sounds
Phillies,
right.
What the?
I had a bet on them
I
to
haven't
win the
heard
World Series
it'd be
last
like
year.
The Phillies. They're
Yeah, I had
45 and
like-
20.
Yeah, I probably can't get that same bet for them to win. They went to yeah, they made it to the World Series. Then that was
They're
them
ahead of
and
they're ahead of the Dodgers right now, and then it looks like behind
No.
them's the Brewers.
Diamondbacks. It was the Diamondbacks and Rangers.
Yeah.
That's right. The Phillies. I just remember I had a DraftKings bet. It what the hell was it? It was like 8-1. It was like I would have won $64 if they would have won the World Series. It was a very cheap bet. But I remember right as the Diamondbacks had just got the lead, it was like, I don't know if it was game 6 or 7, whatever they beat the Phillies, and I'm like, I'm cashing out. Like, this we already went down like $1.50, so I think it was a $2 bet or some stupid shit like that.
I don't watch baseball much. I used to play it, but I don't watch it that closely.
What did you play?
I was a catcher.
Ooh,
Big
guy.
I'll tell you
big guy, big position.
I'll tell you my baseball story. So I wasn't
Good.
I wasn't the greatest of playing baseball. I played because it was the cool thing to do in high school. Everybody played football, everybody played basketball, everybody played baseball. Those were the 3 sports. No, it wasn't popular to play with wrestle. It wasn't popular to do anything else. It was popular to do those 3 sports. Those are the sports. So if you were an okay athlete, you pretty much played all 3. I didn't play basketball because I didn't want to run up and down the court, and it just looked like too much work. Because nothing pisses off a person more than watching a dude run down the court. You run down the court, you get set up, and they just shoot it from like half court, and then they make it, and you're like, fuck, and then you got to run all the way back. It's like, if I'm going to run down court, I better like touch the ball once. Pass it around. What's that movie with Gene Hackman? You got to do 4 passes before we take a shot. What was it? Hoosiers. He's like telling me, he goes, you got to pass the ball 4 times. Don't just take shots. Got to pass it around. That's not how. So
you would much rather do laps in football around the entire
we didn't do
field,
fucking laps. We just ran sprints. Like, here's what you did in football. This is why my coaching style is always about do conditioning first, and people fucking hate it. But it's because at the end of the practice, it's always the same. All right, conditioning. 15 people all of a sudden have ankle injuries, or their leg hurts, or their back hurts. So they go to the sideline to sit there and be like, you got to do sit-ups or whatever while we're running, not even close to what we're doing, but always the same. Like, everybody on the line. Then it'd be like 4 kids over there, like, oh, I pulled my hamstring. Oh. You were just running around all practice, but now all of a sudden you're hurt. So,
but if they showed up, they did play. So even if they were hurt when they did show up for practice, you would still start them.
So what was the point, right? So I always said the same. I always said conditioning first. Okay. It got so bad one year when I did conditioning first. They went to the head coach and the principal, and they tried to get me to stop because they said I was ruining their practice. All I was doing.
It's not supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be conditioning. You
make me run, and then I can't breathe. And whole practice, I'm struggling. So I was like,
damn you, Coach Chasey.
But after practice, you all have fucking ankle injuries, or your knee hurts or something, so you can't run. So here's what I did. I made him run 600s, and then we were done. That's it. Wasn't sprinting. Just made them run down the field and had a timer, because if you didn't do that either, then fuckers would just barely run down the field. So I always said, you should be able to make it all the way down the field in 20 seconds. And everybody had to make it. Everybody, not just all the fast kids or all the medium fast kids, everybody. So you got some big ass lineman from Varsity Blues, big old tank looking dude. He better get his ass down the field. So it sucks.
So six times they had to run the field, basically.
6 times. And it sucks.
In a row. Like
not
immediately.
No,
no,
not in a row.
Okay.
No, I'd give them.
Okay.
I'd give them like a little 2-minute break, and then we'd run again. It wasn't like I was
okay,
but it was just to open up your lungs, breathe, get down the field.
While you're on a chariot whipping him.
No, I actually did it with him one time, which was
you did. Oh.
Yeah, that was sucked. But
you can't coach the rest of the practice.
Yeah, don't show pain. And I'm just staring at him.
You pull a hamstring immediately.
Oh, that's fucking not even a joke. I did. I was.
Is that what you did?
I was trying to be cool, and then I mean I could do it, but I couldn't do it that fast. And I was like, and then I was like, okay, turn around. And then the whistle got a little lighter every time. I was like, and then I just run. Then it was like, and then
do as running. I say, kids, not as what I do.
Yeah. So
I have 45 seconds to get down the field. You have to do it in 20.
I got a fucking minute. I should be able to walk it. So
I won't be running during the game. I'll just be jogging lightly with the whistle.
You'll see me down there. So anyways, so I did it one time with them just to kind of prove a point. It sucked. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not playing, but I was trying to prove to them that, and it did. At the end of the season, they weren't gassing. And so that was the whole idea, was to just get running laps sucks, run down the field and back, or just run down the field once and then run back. Sometimes I'd cut it to 4 times, whatever the fuck.
Hey, kids, why don't you have your coach? He had a heart attack the first time he ran the 100.
Oh, here's another funny one. So I had a dude that was bigger than me. This guy, he's first time coach, and he's probably about 10 years younger than me. And he was all like, so I made the kids, like, it was just conditioning. They sprinted the 100, like the last one they had to haul ass. And he lines up with them trying to be all cool. And he's sprinting, and he's about 305 pounds, and he's trying to race these fucking kids, and his legs bowed out so far that he was running on the outside of his feet. And it just looked like a meme of that little fat girl with the yellow jacket on, just like, and so as he's running, man, he's like flopping all over the place, and I'm expecting his ankles to roll and just be like, oh, Coach Jackson's down. So he was all red, and one sprint, he's red and sweaty. And I just looked at him and I go, yeah, I wouldn't do that, man. I don't know if you when's the last time you ran a sprint? Like
he's coaching from the sidelines in a wheelchair the rest of the season. Megaphone. I can't even get up to yell at you.
It kind of reminds me of when we used to play in college, and they would put us in a field like a locker room super far away, and the guys always come out and go, "Oh, guys, you guys ready? Yeah." We're still like another fucking mile and a half, it feels like, from the field, and we're like, "Yeah, let's go!" And everybody starts running. And you're like, and then like halfway through, you're getting gassed. We haven't even played the game yet, and we're running to the field. And then by the time we got there, we're like, like, why didn't we just wait? Why did we have to run so fast to the field? Kind of like the Ultimate Warrior one I told you, where he ran in the stadium and he blew up before he got to the ring. So
that was every night. He would gas up every night. He would just be exhausted. 55 years on this earth of running back and forth to the ring.
Just running your ass off. So anyways,
he just was all red. That's probably why he had a heart attack a couple years later.
Couple years, like, well, he was in his 20s, wasn't he not, when he was wrestling?
No, I mean, like, he was blowing up, yelling at those kids. It felt like wasn't he was like 53
he
or
actually
something.
He actually looked pretty good in that part. Is when he got to I think he was just not ready to do what he was doing. He probably should have had a physical before he walked out there to do all that shit. He was sweating talking.
That's what I mean. Like, it had to be only like a couple of years later that they inducted him into the Hall of Fame from there. And then it was like the next night he did that speech wearing the mask. He just had like the ones that were selling at the concession stand. And then he got off the plane in Phoenix when he was coming home, and he just had a heart attack, and that was it. That was
all right. Way to bring it
really
down.
bizarre.
Way to bring it down there, Mr. Debbie Downer. Okay,
Yeah,
so anyway,
I wasn't bashing him. I was just
anyways,
sad way to end.
How long ago was it? Like 10 years ago?
Yeah, almost an hour, if not. Yeah, I mean, time's flying. That's like when I was back in Chicago, I'd seen there was a couple people I hadn't seen probably over 10 years. I mean, there's most of the people I'd seen a couple of years ago when, I was back, family member who had passed. But yeah, some of it, yeah, it's just like, fuck, like, I mean, I've said this many times, like, once you hit to the point, obviously, and you're a kid and you're going up the hill, but when you've passed like down the hill, you're rolling faster. That's the analogy I use. And it just feels like, I mean, sure, everybody who's old knows this, like, feels like our time is just flying by as we're rolling down the second half of life.
That's because psychologically you're looking at the end now instead of looking at just infinity. You were a kid, you never looked to the end. But as you get older and you see the end, you see a light and you're like, oh, that's the light. And then every time you log onto a fucking website, it's like, this kid died at 43. You're like, what? You don't even try to look at like, oh, that's too bad. You just say, well, from what? What the fuck are these people dying from?
Or the algorithms in our Instagram or whatever the hell that just keep showing us things that we have just either researched or thought about that suddenly now is showing up in every ad. Like, do you have diabetes? How's your, what is your gut like? And all this, like 6 or 7 ailments that you've thought about over the past 4 or 5 years and just all pile up on your Instagram. Like, yeah, what do they know?
Let's look
what
at,
do they, what,
let's,
how do
let's,
they, how do they know some of this?
Let's
I don't even remember searching some of this
based on MC's theory of our life. So this is when we're born. We're born down here. We're a little baby.
We're a line.
Baby pitcher.
We're a gray line.
And then, oh yeah, I'll change it. To, it's supposed to be black. It doesn't look very black. So let me change the.
We're supposed to be black down there.
No, this is us in the ground, but it's supposed to be gray. But for some reason, it's like really.
Gray, like this spot.
So
we started off talking about the Cubs and the.
So now this is us traveling through life according to MC, and then we get to a part where all of a sudden we're at the peak. And then the peak is not that exciting anymore because we finally.
That could be 40. It could be any number of years.
Doesn't matter anymore.
Halfway point of life.
So now we're at the peak.
And lucky if we live into our 80s now.
Yep, this is us. And then we're at the peak, and then we go down, and then MC goes to Chicago, and then it's like straight down, and now he's depressed. Now he's in Chicago, and now it's all the way back down here.
That was a depressor. It was just holy crap! How fast time flies.
This podcast is exciting for him, and then now, from now until now, it's just gonna look like a heart monitor until you die, and then it's gonna flatten out. That's it. That's it. So our life. So yes, what were we talking about? Me being a catcher. Oh, okay. So
yes.
So anyways,
that was a weird divergent path we took.
I didn't want to run, so I didn't want to play basketball. So during basketball season, I would practice baseball, but I had a really bad arm. Like I couldn't throw from right field. I played right field because that's where people with bad arms play, and I could only throw to first base and maybe the cutoff guy to second. Like my arm sucked because I threw sidearm. And so I caught, but I wasn't the starting catcher. So I had to back up. So believe it or not, I was a high school bullpen catcher for a while. And I remember the part of Major League to
those are usually retired catchers who are bullpen catchers.
I was the bullpen baseball catcher because I could hit the ball really well. So I actually just batted for people But when I play, I was.
You were a DH. Basically, you should have been a DH by.
I was. So I could bat. My batting was 430 or something, but I couldn't hit, like, I wasn't the greatest. Like, I hit home runs, and if I didn't, I wasn't gonna round it out to third. Like,
So you look like a softball player on the field there.
dude. I look like Jerry. Like Jerry Maguire.
John Kruk.
So, anyways, I took a curveball to the face, so I wasn't scared to stay in the box.
Ooh.
So, anyways,
is that all you got, pitcher?
I did rush the mound twice.
Didn't even flinch. Yeah, that's not surprising at all. I kicked him across the field by kicking him off the mound. Some of those pitchers are pretty big dudes, but yeah, I mean, they probably
not in high school.
Shouldn't have been pitching inside to you.
215-pound baseball player takes a shot right to the nose. I think the worst one, the worst
right off.
The worst pitch was when it hit me like right on my bone right here. Yeah, I don't know why.
Did it break your wrist or no?
No, but that's the one I was gonna chase him down. It wasn't even a great, like, the pitch was slower than hell, but it just hit me right on the bone. I was like I just remember I threw the bat down and I was like, and I just stared at him, and the pitcher's looking at me, he's ready to run. And then I start walking onto the field, and the field umpire comes over and he goes, "That's enough, buddy." And I'm just like, I'm like almost crying that it hurts so bad. So anyways, it's
like the funny bone.
Yeah, it was just I'm being a baby. So anyways,
they're about to pitch again, and you just spear them from first base, run full speed. That hurt.
Just rush them and just clothesline them. Start fighting everybody, fighting his mom.
That made me think. Did you? When the hell was that? I thought I sent it to you. Did you see that freaking thing where he either penalized or kicked out that kid, and then he just tackled the ref, and then he's just suspended for life. He will never play again. Did you see that? That high school football player just he creamed the ref.
He hit that ref. That was pretty fun. That's an old video.
Yeah, probably.
When he runs onto the field and hits him.
Yeah.
Yeah, kids, man. What the hell's wrong with you guys?
Fucked up his whole career. They said. I thought I read that he was actually a pretty good player.
Oh, that big old kid.
I thought so. I mean, at least from the comments.
I just thought he just rushed after him, and everybody's like, "No!" And he just hits there, and the referee goes down like he's dead. He's like,
it wasn't even. I think the first.
He didn't even move.
Wasn't even like the first incident. I think the coach was fired too. Something like it was just a huge like. The coach was, because obviously I don't know if you've encountered a wild card kid, but. Yeah, the coach got disciplined too. I know the kid obviously is banned forever. The coach, I'm not sure if he just was fired or whatnot. His name was
Emmanuel Duran, defensive lineman, who was ejected and charged with assault after hitting a referee during a high school game in December. It was in Texas.
Yes, so that was pretty recent.
Was it? Said it was in
December.
2022.
Oh, in 22. Okay.
I remember seeing that because as a referee, I always worried about that kind of shit.
Yeah.
But because some of these kids are big as hell, man.
You're like, am I gonna have to fight a 16-year-old kid as he comes after me for
coaching these kids too, man. They're just they I don't know what's in the water, but some of these kids are gigantic, and you're like, crap, man, how did they get so big?
There is something that had to be done because obviously, like the young pitchers, I'm sure if you look at the baseball team of some of these schools now, the pitchers are ginormous even as kids, the ones pitching. So before, yeah, like you said, if I went back and tried to remember high school and stuff, people weren't that. I mean, most of the girls weren't that big. When I started to get a little bit older and working at, my day job, which I do, you start to see them like, what the hell? This girl is such and such years old. Like, this is ridiculous. What are they feeding these kids?
All right, here's the video.
We got 2 fouls on the defense. We got a personal foul. Late hit on the
Guy
quarterback.
kind of looks like
Number
Joe
80.
Coy.
Joe McCoy.
He
You
looks
know
like
him?
Joe. He looks like Joe Coy, the comedian. He's like, we got 2 fouls on the defense. And by the way, my special's dropping on Netflix this weekend.
Until I get killed here.
Yeah. This is why I went into comedy right after this incident. I got smashed.
Got paid $1 million from this assault case, and I decided to become a comedian the rest of my life.
It was funny when it happened, and I watched it later from the hospital.
And not sportsmanlike conduct.
Uh-oh.
Number 88.
20
Defense.
2020.
Qualified.
Guys from the Bears are happy. And oh no, here it comes. No! Look at the coach.
The coach is
The
the coach.
What's this
the
coach
coach-
doing? What's this
So the
coach
co-
doing?
The
This
coach
guy right-
sees him coming, or is the coach tech? Oh yeah.
Oh!
Oh, that's a career killer there.
Hold on, though. There's a question, though. There's a couple coaches. Okay. There. First of all, this kid's big, and this coach is not. So
What the
coach
looks
needs
like,
to run sprints with the team in order to
and the
case
coach
this
looks
happens.
like coach looks like he's trying to tackle him too. Even
No,
though
he's trying. He's trying to
deflect him,
interfere. He's trying to
Yeah.
interfere with it. But
yeah.
the thing about it is, let me see if I can get a marker here. So
Yeah,
this coach.
He's trying to
But
protect
what
him,
is
right?
what is this guy doing? Who's this guy? Do you
He's
know?
just running off the field because he knows his job is over. He's like, fuck it.
It's
Not gonna be able to stop him.
Fuck it. Okay. This guy's not
Yeah,
going to
he's
do
going
anything
over to
anymore. He's not going to do anything anymore. Then this guy's running behind him too. What are all these guys think they're going to do? You're already too late. You're too late. You're too late.
Yeah, everybody's too late.
Yeah. Let's see. We got a spotlight. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we got arrow.
Career over.
So Coach JC, this guy is the slowest kid on the team. When you run those 100-yard sprints that I used to make him do, this was the kid that never made the time. Whatever this guy's doing, this guy right here.
He's leaving.
And why is this guy?
he's just
There's another
getting
guy
like,
on the
fuck it.
field. There's another guy on the field. What's that guy doing? Everybody's just stunned. Oh, I gotta get out of this now. Damn it. It's your fault, MC. All right. Okay.
I am more curious.
Oh, see, now look.
What the hell was he doing, that guy?
He
on the
belly-
side?
he
That's
belly
all
bops
I was
him.
looking at.
Okay, he tries to do a
No,
low.
I mean,
None of these people make any sense why they're on the field.
No,
why
that
are
guy-
these guys on the field?
he's on the team, but where the hell is he going? Like, where's that other coach going?
No one knows. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, he's going behind the
Where
other
is he
team.
going? Is he going to fight?
I don't know what the hell he's doing.
I don't know what the hell he's doing either. It's like let me see if I can move.
Yeah,
my
like,
mouse.
look at him.
Look, where's this guy running to?
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. What the hell is he doing?
No.
Like,
Okay, let's see. Oh, now see this is that's a good bump. Now, if you think about it, he landed square on his shoulder blades. He's obviously been a wrestler because he hit the mat like he fell straight on his back and he slid some. This shows you that if it was real grass, he probably would have just hit it and stopped. But instead, he slides across the. So that now again, this guy
That's
over
the
here,
sound of
this
his
guy over
career
here, still right
ending.
here. See
Yeah.
this guy, what? This guy still. Must be just the train. He must be one of the statisticians or something because he's not even trying to move. This guy over here, I don't know what he's thinking. What he's thinking he's going to do. He's all of a sudden now he's on. Maybe he's just on this team now. Maybe he thought this was going to be his new coaching career.
Yeah,
He's over here. He's like, I'm coaching with the white team. So, anyways, now everybody runs over. Now give this kid credit. 65 or whatever is like, you want some of this? Everybody's now.
He's going after him. 65.
Now, this is even better. Watch these dudes trip over the ref to get to this kid. Watch here. Oh, just stepping on him.
Just gets trampled some more after getting knocked down.
Yeah. So I think now
65,
this coach
65
right
is
here,
going after him.
Now I think this coach right here did probably think that this was going to break out with other team, and now this guy's pointing like, look what they did. Like he's trying to. He's trying to just cheek away from the attention that everybody else is doing shit. Okay, everybody break it up. Break it up.
He's lucky number 72 had his back there.
Break it up. Break it up. And this guy's
too
like,
late.
this coach right here has no, this must have been during COVID because they're wearing masks. This coach right here is like, I have no idea what to do right now.
2020.
Yeah, so this guy didn't know what to do.
I mean, it's all matter. Like anybody with a brain would know that's a career killer right there. So anybody would have to. Obviously, they're trying to diffuse the situation, but
here's the original.
And
here's
we have
the original
two
version.
fouls, both on the Edinburgh High Bobcats. Late
This is
hit
from the
on the
television?
quarterback.
Who was that in the background?
I don't know. He's like,
This is a dude.
Hit on the quarterback.
This is
Fouls
the news.
both on the
Oh, here
Edinburgh
he
High
is.
Bobcats. Late hit on the quarterback.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Look at him! Oh.
And we'll be back.
Can you imagine having to run that be on the broadcast of anything, a professional game, anything? You'd be like, you know, this thing like when Mean Gene Okerlund on there going, holy! Who's the guy with the saggy eye? Jim Ross. Imagine if Jim Ross was commentating that. Holy smokes!
"Yeah, killed him! They killed him!"
He killed him right now. Oh my God. The anarchy. Ah, we'll be back after this.
Damn you, Triple H! Damn you to hell!
Damn you, Edmund. Damn you. Why would you do this?
Kid's career is over.
The referee is down. All right.
Down goes Austin. Down goes Austin.
What if the referee's name was Austin? Down goes Austin. If anybody wants to create that, you probably get a lot of views on.
Probably would. It's just that whole thing narrated with Jim Ross's
soundtrack. And then
soundtrack.
this situation going, holy hell!
You know, it's that.
We got a personal foul, late hit on the quarterback, number 88, and a non-sportsmanlike conduct, number 88 on the defense, has been disqualified.
Off-related topic is they keep doing these AI songs of Jim Ross singing. They have him singing like actual hard rock tunes and stuff too, but they have him singing all the old WWE, WCW themes over the years. Some of them are so damn funny because it's like an AI emulator of his voice, and it's like somebody's voice cracks, and some of those are damn funny. He sings like Mark Henry's "Someone's Gonna Get Their Ass Whipped," whatever, by 3-6 Mafia or whatever. Through so damn funny. Sexual Chocolate. The Mark Henry themes are funny. Yeah, Cody Rhodes. So funny. If you get a chance, just search them on YouTube. Jim Ross AI cover tunes. They're pretty damn funny.
See, I think they should just, let me see if I can give you the sound. Do they have sound only? I don't know. Hello. Yeah, here's a Jim Ross one of someone doing a video game of him. This looks kind of funny.
No! He's possessed! Get free! God's sakes! You gotta be serious.
See, that's what they should have done for that football one.
He's got a family for their.
One of those nights. One of those magical nights.
Oh! Damn it, he's got a family. He killed him.
That's what they should have done with that wrestling dude. I mean, that football kid.
Probably could do that.
Let's see if
let's
just see if it's in there. Let's just see if the Jim
make
high school
make
kid
an
hits
Instagram
ref.
reel.
High school player hits ref. Let's see if it's in there.
Jim Ross soundtrack.
Jim Ross. Let's just see if that even posts. No. We got an opportunity.
Yeah, we've given tips to
We're gonna take
giving
lots
tips
of
to people now.
our YouTube video, our YouTube channel will blow up out of nowhere. If Jim Ross and high school football player.
We'll do a short and upload it to there.
All right. Back to my conversation about why I was a catcher. The bullpen catcher. Horrible arm, hit the ball. I don't know what I was telling you. Oh, so one time I was at a high school game and I invited these girls to come watch me, and I didn't play. I sat on the bench and just batted. So I was trying to be cool.
You were a DH.
I was a sophomore. I was.
You were a DH. Yeah.
So I was a sophomore. I always thought it was cool too because I just wore the shin guards and just walked around and went and warmed up.
He's so
pitchers.
big that all he can do is swing a bat.
Yeah.
He has a pinch runner. As soon as he hits a pinch runner, just runs to first base for him.
So this girl shows up and she's like watching, and I'm just sitting in the bullpen catching, and then she leans over the fence and the kid's throwing, and she goes, "Are you going to play? This is not going to go well for my after party." I'm like, "Yeah, I gotta pull the hamstring." What a wuss. So I ended up playing my senior year because that's just the way it goes.
Honey, I'm not good enough to play the field. I'm just a DH.
Yeah, I'm just not. My arm sucks. I throw like this. I throw sidearm.
I love to play outfield too,
like,
but I had no accuracy. I was one of those idiot kids that would just
overthrow the cutoffs.
That or just it's way wide. I'm like.
So, anyways, when I would catch in the bullpen, I was like Major League 2, where he would throw the ball and it would go all over the place, wouldn't go back to the pitcher, but just thing. And the coach would stand next to the pitcher while he's warming up, and I always throw the ball right at the coach. And the coach would be like, "God damn it, you do that one more time." I even get more nervous. So when that movie came out, I was thinking that was me, man. I couldn't throw the fucking ball back to the pitcher. It was like it was like the shortest throw, and I couldn't throw it straight. And so when I played outfield,
that's pretty bad. Pretty much anybody could steal the base on you. All they have to do is just get on base.
I was the worst catcher at the back. When I go into the game, they'd all stole. Like they knew I had to one hop at the second. That's how bad I was on throwing the ball. Like, why am I catching? I was really good at fielding it, but I just couldn't throw.
Yeah, it was like the kids that know you like are dicks that would be like, "Okay, easy out, easy steal."
Oh, dude, I remember one time I got up.
Easy steals now, kids.
You know, you always do that one where you check them, like the guy, and then you jump up real fast like this, and you act like you're gonna throw it down. I remember the
until somebody
the fucking other the fucking
whip it into the outfield.
Well, they saw it when we're warming up. I'm like, "Go to," and then I throw it, and it looked like a weak ass throw. So one time when I got up and act like I was gonna check it, the whole fucking dugout of the other team's like, "Ooh," like me just made me feel like an idiot. But I'll hit the ball.
Maybe you should have never thrown the second for.
That's what I started thinking.
Just
there's
so
no
they have
reason.
no clue.
Yeah.
So they have no idea how bad you are.
Don't warm up and throw to second because you look like a dipshit, man.
Like,
you're a horrible
can't throw
thrower.
my shoulder. My shoulder.
Yeah. Roll it. Just roll it back.
Then if you do that, they'll steal it too. Like, it's got a bad shoulder. It's got a bad shoulder.
Yeah, so weak. And even when I throw it back to the pitcher, I'd lob it and they'd fucking take off. That's why I was not starting catcher. But when I played outfield my senior year, I realized that I cannot see, and I needed glasses. So I didn't want to say that. So I'd sit in the outfield squinting and wait for the ball to get hit.
Oh no.
And then you would just see a really like a swimmer ball, like it was all rings just flying in the air and then getting smaller and smaller as you're standing out
running
there.
The opposite way. Where the hell is he running?
You hear, and I just start running around.
I can't see, Coach. It's a cloudy day.
I should have had a beeping ball.
JC.
Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah.
like the blind kids.
Blind kid baseball. Even then, you can't.
We have to use this ball because our right fielder cannot see. Everybody has to use a beeping ball.
He's nearsighted. He's farsighted. Nearsighted.
let's make another episode. So this is welcome back, Cotter, episode 1.
Welcome back.
So we will wrap it up on the podcast you listen. Thanks for letting us just rant. Anyway,
Yes.
subscribe, do all the normal shit, and maybe we'll get our other one out about banned movies.
Yes.
All right.
That's a fun
MC,
one.
Until again.
Subscribe. All that good stuff. Social media.